Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you guys a worth the buy or NAW foundation review on the brand new Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. And we're also going to be trying out another new product that I have. This is the Estee Lauder Day Wear Matte Oil Control Moisturizer. So we all know that I am an oily skin girl, so I'm going to be putting this to the test to see if this is really nice. I did go ahead and actually post this on my Snapchat, and a few of you guys were like, oh my god, that looks really cool. So I was like, I think this is the perfect time for me to test this out as well, to just see how it does, because I haven't applied moisturizer right now. And we can kind of figure out if we like it or not. So that is that. I'm gonna go ahead and just read the background issues of this. So this is a Supreme Coverage Lightweight and Long-Wearing Foundation. It gives you an airbrush matte finish instantly. Simply smooth a small amount of the concentrate formula onto the skin and you will have the perfect complexion. So that's pretty awesome. I think this is just a waste of packaging. It's too big and the foundation is literally this small. Like, we could have saved some of this box. So, I mean, it looks cute, but still, like, I just feel like that was doing the most. And then you open it, and this is what it looks like. You get 0.68, what am I saying? 0.68 ounces in here, so you get less than an ounce, which, I don't know. It depends on how heavy-handed you are on, like, pumping out foundation. So that's just something to think about when purchasing this foundation. And I am not quite sure how much this foundation is. I can't remember. It's either like $38 or $40, but I think it's in the 30s. I'm gonna have the foundation price linked down below in the description box, as long as everything else. I'm trying to do a better job of getting everything in the description box. It's just that usually when I like finish editing and finish uploading, by that time it's like my bedtime. So I'm like doing the final steps and I'm like, okay, upload, and then I'm just like, details coming soon, and I knock out. So I just need to get in the habit of like, okay, do the details earlier in the day so that you can just, you know, copy and paste it and be good. So I'm working on myself, guys, don't worry. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the moisturizer. Estee Lauder is super fancy, schmancy. This smells really like refreshing. So let me just go ahead and pop this on. Pop this stuff on all over my skin. It feels super fresh. It doesn't feel like thick and dry. It feels more of like a gel-like consistency, which for a lot of people that have oily skin, that is a really good consistency to have, as opposed to something really buttery. It does make my face look super like fresh and hydrated, which is awesome. I wasn't expecting it to be like this type of situation. I also like the smell. It's like a fresh smell, almost like the way you would want to think of like your body wash type of thing or your soap. So that's a good scent. The moisturizer is drying down quickly. It is a little bit sticky. It reminds me of the Nivea, the men's like aftershave balm that everybody was obsessed with. That's what this kind of reminds me of in terms of like the consistency of it, and then it dries down to this. Okay, that dried down pretty fast. So now I'm going to use a little bit of my Fenty Beauty primer, but I'm just going to apply in these areas where I tend to have enlarged pores, because I don't want to apply it all over my skin today, because I just feel like that moisturizer is going to do the work for me, and I'm hoping that it does the work for me. But so far I like how it just set into my skin automatically. It went from like super jelly to like super just like soaked it up into my skin. So that's good. And I'm just gonna apply this Fenty Beauty primer right here just to blur out those imperfections on my pores. Now we're gonna go ahead and continue with the foundation. So for the foundation, we're gonna go ahead and do what we always do. We're gonna use our makeup sponge on one side and then our brush on the other side. Okay, so it is more of that runny consistency. It's not like sticking to one place. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, yeah, it is liquidy once I'm like rubbing it in. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm just gonna apply it all over. And we can't forget to mention the color, which I will also have included. The color is Caramel. Okay, I don't wanna use this because it's so pretty and black, but that's what I bought it for, so we have to use it. Oh wow, that coverage is on fleek. I feel like the foundation color is a little bit darker. Actually, I don't know, maybe fine. Maybe it's just the lighting. Okay, that legit covered my imperfections immediately. Okay, wow. You can see right there the product. Now, I really quickly want to say it blended out like a dream with the Beauty Blender. It is a little bit darker than I thought it would be. I could always mix it, but I really like the formula alone. So I don't know if I would want to mix it with anything. I really like the formula alone. I just feel like it is a little bit darker, so I'm hoping and praying this is not oxidized, because then it's going to be a problem. But oh my god, my skin looks so smooth. I don't know if it's the combination of all the products that I use, my Fenty primer, my Estee Lauder Stay Matte Moisturizer, and the foundation, but it looks really good. It doesn't look like I am wearing like heavy foundation. It looks like I'm wearing a lightweight formula that's keeping me matte. Like this looks automatically matte. And usually a lot of matte foundations that I try lately say that they're matte, but you'll still see like radiance, like a shimmer, and you're like, excuse me, but this is matte. So I am really, really impressed. You can see the difference, redness, no redness. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do this side, and we're gonna be using our brush. Wow. Coverage on fleek, man. That looks really nice. Okay, if you want faster coverage, I would say just go in with a brush and literally put the product on here on the back of your hand and then swipe it off and then apply here and we're good to go. Like it covered all my redness right away. That usually never happens. I usually have to go in with like an extra layer or so to like really get this part, because there's always this little spot right here that always stays red. So I would say use your brush if you want that really, really full coverage. I mean, the foundation is already full coverage, but literally with 2 swipes, it covered everything it needed to cover and I'm good to go. Like, that was awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this mirror up close so I can see what I'm working with. Okay, so it's not clinging onto any of my texture, which is always a plus. Let's talk about the foundation overall. It definitely does not enhance my texture, like I mentioned already. It's not clinging onto any of my skin, which sometimes it tends to do when it's a more mattifying foundation. I know that's what some of us are worried about, is that, okay, I'm wearing a matte foundation, but is it going to really cling onto those textures? And it really didn't, considering that I used also a mattifying moisturizer and it's still like held up pretty well without like doing the most mattifying, is a really good sign. It covered amazing. Like my skin is completely covered. I don't have to worry about having to go in with multiple layers. I did go ahead and let you guys know that I have not been really into applying layers upon layers. I used to cake my face like no other, but now that I have really dealt with my skin issues, I was like, okay, I need to change some things in my routine so I don't use that much foundation. If I can find a foundation that will cover everything that it needs to be covered like this, then that's the way I go, because I don't want to be putting more than 2 layers on my skin. I think so far I'm really impressed. Like my first impressions are really positive. This is a very full coverage foundation. Reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D foundation and also the Estee Lauder foundation. Now you guys know that the Kat Von D foundation is my holy grail when it comes to full coverage. So this is up there. But the reason why I like the Jouer foundation a little bit more is because it is super lightweight. It's more that runny, liquidy consistency. So yes, it is full coverage, but you don't have to worry about the cakeness with it. So those are just my first initial thoughts. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the rest of my makeup and not look so like orangey. And then I'll be right back so I can give you guys my thoughts before I head out for the rest of the day. So I am back. I just finished my face of makeup and I applied quite a few products on my skin just to see how it would work with the foundation, and it worked amazing. So I did apply my concealer just to kind of bring some light to my face because it was looking kind of one-dimensional. Then I did apply some blush and I used just my Milani Luminosa blush. And then I also applied highlighter, which I used Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife, which is an amazing highlighter, especially for the holiday season now that's coming up. I feel like it's just great. So I really like this product, and I also went ahead and used my Fenty Beauty gloss, which I mentioned in my last video that I'm obsessed with this gloss. It is amazing. Why is there like little things on my face everywhere? Okay, so I really like it thus far. It worked really well with everything. I don't feel like it oxidized, but I do feel like it is, like I mentioned, a little tiny bit darker. But maybe on camera it'll look better, so who knows? I'll see it later when I edit this video. But first impressions, like I mentioned, still really good. Still really like the product. Right now it is 9:31 a.m. and I am just ready to start my day. And I'm just gonna go ahead and see you guys in a few hours so that we can figure out if this foundation is looking great or if it's starting to look crusty. So stay tuned. So I'm back. It is now the next day. It's actually 12:23 in the morning. Because I did try both the Jouer foundation and the Day Wear Matte Moisturizer, I think it's a mixture of both of these, but the fact that it held up from 9 a.m. until right now and it's midnight is saying something, because I don't ever have a foundation that holds up this amazingly together. So I think that the Day Wear Matte Moisturizer by Estee Lauder and the Jouer foundation together are like magic. I'm gonna continue using this moisturizer. I really like it. I like the fact that first it goes on like this gel consistency, very refreshing, and then it literally just soaks up into your skin and just looks nice and matte. And then this foundation, the coverage is phenomenal. It's also really good because the coverage is so good, but it literally, when you touch your skin, it feels like you have nothing on. It's not sticky whatsoever. Feels really good. Did really well with my sensitive skin. I didn't have any irritations whatsoever, so that's always a plus. And it doesn't look like I'm wearing a heavy duty foundation, even though the coverage is really good. And I think this foundation is a 9.5 out of 10, and I don't ever rate foundations that high unless I truly believe it. So that's a positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this foundation is 1000% worth it. I think you need to get your hands on this. I'm gonna continue using this. I may also do a little Snapchat tutorial the next few days to kind of show you how I like to pair it. I'm gonna keep using it and using different techniques with it. I'm also gonna use it without the Day Wear Matte Moisturizer by Estee Lauder and see how it does as well. But it looks really good nonetheless. Like, I'm super impressed with Jouer. I haven't ever purchased Jouer products in my life. I purchased this, and I purchased a lip topper. I think it's, I can't remember what the, tan lines? Yes, tan lines. And that's all, but that's like my very first purchase. You guys have told me before, like, oh my God, you should try their highlighters, blah, blah, blah. And I just never got around to it. But now that I like saw how amazing this is, I'm really excited to try more things by Jouer. The only thing I must say, I do not like Jouer's shipping. It took forever for me to get this. I don't know, maybe it was because this is a new product, so they were like taking a long time to process shipments. But like, I literally ordered it Friday, and it wasn't until the following Friday that they finally had created a shipping label and had shipped my product, and I didn't get it until the following week. So basically it took around like a week and a half for me to get this product to 2 weeks. So that was my only downfall with Jouer, but I understand companies are hustling to trying to get their product out when they have a lot of orders. So that could have been the issue, because that was when I ordered it when they had a new launch. So that was my only downfall, but other than that, formula-wise, product-wise, this is a total yes for me. So I totally recommend you guys try the new Jouer High Coverage Foundation if you've been thinking about it and been thinking about getting something that's gonna look really good on the skin, because this stuff is a yes and is totally approved by THEMEXBEAUTY. So that being said, I'll be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then please go ahead and thumbs it up. It lets me know that you guys enjoyed seeing these types of videos, and I can continue doing more. If you guys have any other suggestions for worth the buy or NAW foundation reviews, then please go ahead and please go ahead and list them down below in the comment section so that I can figure out what to review next. So I'll be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.